Baseball is big in Korea. In fact, the Korean Baseball Organization, or KBO League, is the most popular pro sports league in the country, but we don't hear so much about them when compared to neighboring Japan. That may change soon, though. The league has recently expanded, attendance is on the rise, and new stadiums have been going up at a rapid pace. All signs of a healthy and steadily growing sports league. When a league grows like this, talent eventually grows with it. So instead of waiting for it to happen, let's get a head start and learn everything there is to know about the KBO League. In this country of approximately 50 million people, there are 10 professional ball clubs, or one team for every 5 million people. As a comparison, Japan has one team per 10 million residents, and the US has a team for every 11 million. All 10 teams in Korea play in a single league with no divisions. Let's get to know those teams. First off, let's begin with last year's champions, the SK Wyverns. It was their fourth title in only 19 years of existence. Incheon is their home city, Korea's third largest, and is part of the Seoul metro area. Their home ballpark is Moonhak Baseball Stadium, which can hold 26,000 fans. In April of 2010, the Wyverns won a league record 23 consecutive games. A pair of heavy hitters led this club offensively last year. Jamie Romack hit 43 home runs, while teammate Han Dong-min hit 41. Their top pitcher was Jong-hoon Park, leading the team with 14 wins, even though his ERA was over 4. Their manager, Trey Hillman, became the first foreign manager to win the Korean Series, and the first manager to win both the Korean Series and Japan Series. During the offseason, he took a job with the Miami Marlins. Korean Series runner-up the Doosan Bears are next on our list. They've been around since the league started back in 1982. In fact, they won the first ever Korean Series that same year. They've got 5 titles in all, the last one coming in 2016. Home is the Jamsil Baseball Stadium in Seoul, which they share with the LG Twins, a team we'll talk about later. The Bears racked up some really impressive stats last year. Josh Lindblom had the league's lowest ERA at 2.63. Seth Frankoff led the league with 18 wins, followed by Lindblom and Yong-chan Lee with 15. They had some help accumulating those wins. Lee Ji-young had a 3.58 average, while Jae-won Kim topped the league in both home runs with 44 and RBI, driving in 133. The Nexen Heroes were one win away from the Korean Series last year, and that's who we will look at next. Actually, last November they were renamed the Kiwoom Heroes, so they'll be playing under a new name this year. Like the Bears, they call Seoul their home, but play in a smaller venue, the Gochok Sky Dome, which just opened a few years ago. The Heroes have only been in existence for 11 years and have yet to win a Korean Series, though they did reach the series in 2014. Last year, their success was based mostly on their offense. Byung-ho Park not only led the league with a .457 on-base percentage, he also hit 43 home runs, while outfielder Jung-ho Lee hit .355 for the year. The Heroes got as far as they did by beating the Hanwha Eagles. The Eagles have been around since 1985 and have made 13 trips to the postseason in that time. Unfortunately, all that effort has only resulted in one championship, and that came back in 1999. Home is the Daejeon Hanbat Baseball Stadium in the city of Daejeon, right in the middle of South Korea. The Eagles had a strong bullpen last year. Woo Ram-jung recorded 35 saves, topping the league in that category. Their team ERA was second overall in the league, even though not one individual starting pitcher made the top 10 in ERA, though Kavia Sampson did lead the league in strikeouts with 195. The Eagles also led the league in stolen bases with 118. Yong-kyu Lee led the team with 30 steals. The first team to bow out of the postseason last year is also the team with the most successful history. The Kia Tigers have won the Korean Series 11 times. Their last title came in 2017. At the end of the 1980s, they won it 4 years in a row. The team is based in Gwangju, a city in southwest Korea. The Gwangju Kia Champions Field was just built in 2014. There were some offensive stars on last year's team, including infielder Chi Hong-an, who hit .342 with 23 home runs. Outfielder Hyung-woo Choi put up nearly identical numbers, .339 with 25 home runs. Yun Jong-yang led Tiger pitching with 13 wins and a .415 ERA. That was, however, the only bright spot for Tiger pitching. Their team ERA was 9th in the league. And now for last year's less fortunate teams. The Samsung Lions just missed the postseason last year, And just like with the Tigers, last year's performance by the Lions was in no way a reflection of their history. They won the Korean Series 4 years in a row from 2011 to 2014 and have 8 series championships in all. Their ballpark, the Daegu Samsung Lions Park, turned 7 years old this year. It is located in the city of Daegu in southeastern Korea. A big contributor to the Lions' offense last season was Roof Darren, who hit .330 with 33 home runs and 125 RBI, while 28-year-old outfielder Hae-min Park led the league with 36 stolen bases. Busan, the second largest city in South Korea, is home to the Lotte Giants. Lotte is the only company to have a team in both Korea and Japan. The Sajik Baseball Stadium, where the Giants play, has the largest seating capacity of any stadium in Korea, and it's also one of the oldest, having been built in 1985. They are one of the most popular teams in the country, holding the single-season attendance record, though they've only won the Korean Series twice, and not since 1992. Veteran infielder Dae-ho Lee, who previously played for the SoftBank Hawks in Japan and the Seattle Mariners of MLB, hit .333 last year with 37 homers and 125 RBI. Outfielder Ah Sop-song was right behind him, .329 with 26 over the fence. Woo Jung-jong completes their power-hitting trio, hitting .342 with 36 doubles and 33 dingers. But though their bats were on fire, so were the opposing teams. A team ERA of .537 ensured that they lost a lot of high-scoring games. Next up at number 8 are the LG Twins. Despite having another losing season, the Twins were second in the league in attendance, averaging over 15,000 fans per game, trailing only the Bears, with whom they share a stadium. In fact, the Twins have only finished in the top half of the standings 3 times in the last 16 years, but that has done nothing to reduce their popularity. Former Baltimore Orioles outfielder Hyun-soo Kim won the batting title with a .362 average last year, while driving in 100 runs. Tyler Wilson had the league's second-best ERA at .307. Another foreign pitcher, Henry Sosa, was third at .352 and was second in strikeouts with 181. The 2 newest teams in KBO were also the bottom 2 in the standings last year. We'll start with the KT Wiz from Suwon, just south of Seoul. The Suwon Baseball Stadium has been open since 1989 and was previously used by a team that has since been dissolved. The Wiz joined KBO in 2015, making it KBO's newest addition, and finished dead last in each of their first 3 seasons, finally escaping the cellar last year. Mel Rojas led the way for last year's squad offensively with 43 home runs. And at the bottom of the ladder was the NC Dinos. The Dinos play in Chongwon in southeastern Korea. This year they will open up a brand new ballpark, Chongwon NC Park. Unlike the Wiz, the Dinos' early years haven't been marked by losing seasons. After finishing 7th in their inaugural season in 2013, the Dinos made 4 straight postseason appearances. That streak ended last year as the Dinos finished with the worst record in the league. Statistically, they were last in both team batting and team ERA. The pitching can be explained by the departure of 2 foreign starting pitchers from the 2017 team, both of whom had ERA under 4. The hitting suffered not from player departures, but from underperformance. Xavier Scruggs led the team in home runs with 26, down from 35 the year before. Minwoo Park batted .324, which is good, but not as good as the .363 he hit in the previous year. And those are the 10 teams of the KBO League. Each team plays each other team 16 times to bring their season total to 144 games. That's 1 more than is played in Japan, and 18 fewer than in MLB. The top 5 teams qualify for the postseason, and the playoff system works like this. The 4th and 5th place teams meet first. The 5th place team must win twice in order to advance. The 4th place team moves on with just 1 win. Winner faces the number 3 team in a best-of-5 series. Winner of that plays the number 2 in a best-of-5. The winner of all that advances to play the regular season pennant winner in the best-of-7 Korean series. This could mean up to 3 weeks off for the number 1 team from the end of the regular season until the start of the Korean series. Although there are no separate leagues in the KBO, they still play an AllStar Game every mid-July. Players from Doosan, KT, Samsung, SK, and Lotte make up the Dream All-Stars team. The Nanam All-Stars consist of players from LG, NC, Kia, Hanwha, and Kiwoom. The league has been quite experimental in recent years with the All-Star festivities. In recent years, a bunt derby was held, where players had to bunt the ball into targets down the first and third base lines. There was also a perfect pitcher contest, in which pitchers tried to hit as many bats as possible. And to go with that, a perfect hitter contest, where batters try to hit balls off a tee to hit targets scattered across the field. They have a home run derby, which is split into 2 days. This is to eliminate the fatigue that comes in the later rounds of a single-day home run derby. You may have guessed from the individual stats I mentioned earlier that KBO is a hitter's league. The home run average last year was 2.44 per game, and the league batting average was 286. MLB, in comparison, averaged 1.15 home runs per game, with a 248 average. The atmosphere is comparable to NPB in Japan. There are cheering sections for each team where fans use noisemakers, wave flags, dance, and yell out specific chants for each player. The crowds are smaller in KBO, but the energy is noticeably greater. If a game is tied after 12 innings, it's ruled a draw. However, in the postseason, this innings limit is extended to 15. In the event of a tie in the postseason, the entire game is replayed. If you liked that video and want to see more like it, please hit that subscribe button. I'll be doing more videos about the KBO League and other baseball leagues around the world. This is Baseball International, and I'll see you in the next video.